Going on, guys? And today I want to talk about Tim MacMahon of ESPN just announced that Dillon Brooks, his ankle, is expected to return during the Grizzlies' upcoming road trip per coach Taylor Jenkins. He's already been playing 5-on-5. And that's awesome because, as of late, they've been running John Moran, Desmond Bain, Ziaire WIlliams, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Steven Adams. And Zaire's been awesome, so has Desmond Bain's been phenomenal, okay? But what this allows is Ziaire will probably move back to off the bench, and that will allow probably a bench lineup. It's interesting because the starting lineup, you would assume once Dillon Brooks is fully healthy, is going to be John Moran, Dillon Brooks, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Steven Adams. But you assume Dillon Brooks, when they first bring him back, they'll have him come off the bench. And that's where it gets interesting because, since like the All-Star break, you have to think about like post All-Star break, how will Dillon Brooks come back? I assume they're going to have him come off the bench at first until he shakes off the rust, and then they will play him. So that's where I think it gets interesting because if you look at the lineups right now at the shooting guard spot, Ziaire WIlliams and D'Anthony Melton since the All-Star break have been averaging about the same minutes, and I think John Konchar will have his minutes cut into, and maybe even Tyus Jones and Brandon Clark and D'Anthony Melton, Ziaire WIlliams. I think all of those guys will have to give up some minutes for Dillon Brooks to come off the bench, and that's fine because Ziaire WIlliams, D'Anthony Melton, John Konchar, and Tyus Jones will probably all give up like 2 to 3 minutes apiece to give Dillon Brooks 15-20 minutes a night off the bench for the I believe the first 5 to 10 games he's back, and hopefully closer to the playoffs, they start to ramp him up and reinsert him into the starting lineup, which, obviously we expect it to be Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bain, Dillon Brooks, John Moran, and Steven Adams, with, them having D'Anthony Melton, Kyle Anderson, Brandon Clark, Tyus Jones, and Ziaire WIlliams off the bench, and John Konchar. So I think that's fine. I mean, Dillon Brooks is somebody that this team's been waiting for him to come back, and it's huge news for them because, look, Dillon Brooks, returning is good. He's not going to play against the Knicks, but with him coming back, this is a guy who, for the season, was shooting, I know, 33% from three, but he was averaging 18.4 points a game, and he was their starting small forward. And last year, I mean, he's a career 35% three-point shooter. He's a bully. He's played so aggressive, and he's a guy who averages like almost 1.5 steals a game. So his defensive presence and scoring ability, and two-way ability is exactly what they've needed, and they've missed it. So getting this 6'7" wing back is going to be pretty vital. And plus, he's an underrated rebounder. I know he only grabs like 3 to 4 a game, but like still, that's something people don't realize helps so much. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you guys agree with me that Dillon Brooks returning is huge news? So let's go, Grizz.